in danger!
Hello everyone and welcome to my F4J slash F4S video, and I'll be talking about why you should or shouldn't grind for this plane, but mostly why you should or shouldn't buy it, since it's kind of a given to grind for. So the first thing I want to address with this plane is the BR and how that affects when you get up tiered and down tiered. So in the intro clip you can see that I was up tiered and I was facing the F-15 Su-27 with the IRCCM missiles that are flare resistant. While there are ways you can flare these, you only have a limited amount of flares and a low amount for these battles. And when you're facing AIM-9Ms where you have to pull an unpredictable line, you're in a Phantom which can't pull too hard, especially with the gun pod and the missiles. It's hard to pull away from these missiles. This makes it when you're in an up tier, you have to be extremely smart with which fights you engage and how you engage them, and you also have to be extremely good with using your flares. You can't waste any or you will just get missiled. But on the other side, on the down tier, when you're facing 10.3 planes and you have your Sparrows and your IR AIM-9Gs, you are like the top dog in the lobby and it's really fun. But with the matchmaker at hand right now, you can get dragged into up tiers quite a lot. So for instance, if you're playing like an F4E at 11.0, you won't be dragged into up tiers now that there's 12.3. So at 11.3 with the F4J or the F4S, you're going to face up tiers quite a lot. So the next topic to talk about would be the kit that this plane gets. You can hold 4 AIM-7F Sparrows and 4 AIM-9Gs. Both of these missiles are just mediocre at best. The Sparrow used to be really good, and when I played this plane, it was an amazing missile, and you could kill people whether they were really high or sometimes when they were even close to the deck. Now with the Sparrow, if they aren't way above the deck, you're not going to get that kill at all. And it's just, you don't want to joust all the time, because if you're facing an R27 ER, it's going to get there way quicker. Now with the IR missiles, you don't have all aspect missiles while at this BR you're going to face a lot of all aspect missiles. You only have your AIM-9Gs. But a perk of these missiles is they do have quite a lot of range, so sometimes you can hit 2 to 3 kilometer shots, which you'll see in this video. This plane also doesn't get the internally mounted gun. You have to carry the gun pod, which takes a toll on your flight performance. So you already have the Phantom flight performance, which is not good at all, and you have a gun pod making this thing fly almost like a boat. So my best advice would be when you're taking fights to go into the fight and then immediately go out and keep your speed high. The minute you get slow and start trying to turn with something, you'll die, because you are a big fat target for guns and you're going to be facing missiles that ignore flares, or you'll face a radar missile and can't notch quick enough. Another thing is, since you only have a small amount of flares, sometimes you'll see me taking mixed, sometimes you'll see me taking only flares priority. You just have to make sure you see what tier you're in. If you're in a full up tier, you might want to you have to take flares priority or just flares, just because of all these missiles. But sometimes chaff will save you, and sometimes you won't have the chaff because you need the flares. It's just a negative in general. Honestly, this plane was just hard to play with these missiles. The AIM-7Fs don't ever hit, the AIM-9Gs just are not good enough for this battle rating. And you see in a lot of these clips, I'm getting Sparrow kills, I'm getting kills with the AIM-9Gs, but these are cherry-picked clips, and I spent so much time just dying, waiting for a missile to hit, and someone just slightly chaffing and pulling, and the Sparrow going right by. So overall, I'd give this kit like a B at best. I don't think it's that great. You do get quite a lot of bombs, and you can bomb bases with it if you're using the F4S to grind, but again, you're going to be competing for bases. People are just going to shoot you. They know you're going to that base. It's a strategy, but it's not a great strategy. Moving on, I want to talk about the flight performance, which I kind of already talked about, and basically all you need to know is it performs like a boat. You can go pretty fast, and you do have some good engines, although you absolutely guzzle fuel, so I think I was mostly taking 30 minutes since you don't have I didn't have a fuel tank equipped. And it's just, you just fly through and you don't turn, you don't chase anybody, you're not going to do any of that. You don't accelerate quick enough. It's pretty average. I'd also just give it a B. One thing that is a perk is you get the helmet mounted display, and while you don't have missiles that can take full advantage of this like the R-73, you do have the radar, which I am using the helmet mounted display ACM all the time in this video just to lock people up, because you don't want to have to be turning your nose so much to lock people, because you just want to keep your speed. So overall this plane is not bad. It's just mediocre, like literally just mid. If I were to buy a rank 7 premium, I would get the F5C. It's more enjoyable. It has good flight performance. The BR is a little more fun at this time, especially since you have flares at that BR. You don't have to be worried about all the 30G missiles. You can just flare them, and you have amazing flight performance on the F5C. Now the F4S does get the wing slats, so you will be a little more maneuverable, but still at the BR you're at everything else will be able to out dogfight you, so you won't be able to take full advantage of that. So now to just talk about the gameplay. Here I'm just taking a sparrow shot. This guy's on the deck and he's not exactly flying at me. This is not gonna hit. I can't even keep the radar lock. You have a good radar, but it's not anything crazy, so you just have to go for high percentage shots with your sparrows when they're high up and they're flying towards you. So now I'm gonna engage the F4E and the F4S, which are right on my level. I take a long shot with the AIM-9G just to see if I can get him to turn and kind of turn towards me, which does work. And so now he's coming towards me, and I'm spooling up another AIM-9G, and I'm getting closer and getting in better range now. These two guys are totally tunnel visioning my teammate, so I'm just waiting and seeing if I can just get a shot off on one of them, and hopefully they don't pay attention. But they are paying attention, they are flaring, but the missile goes straight through their flares, which happens every so often. Now in this clip this is how I normally start. I'm just on the deck. I normally fly by one of our bases and look for one of the people bombing, but in this one I wasn't. There's 3 people over here: MiG-29, SU-27, F-16. Every single one of them is going to be a better plane than me, better kit, better flight performance, better everything. They're a whole generation higher than me. So I'm going to target the F4S, which is probably some premium player who I can just shoot a sparrow at. So this sparrow actually hits at this low altitude, which doesn't normally happen. It only crit him, but he did end up dying, so I would not assume the sparrow does that every single time. So in this clip I'm the last one alive. I'm facing the MiG-23. It's a 1v1. My teammate's pretty far away. I was using my ammo to ground pound for tickets, since our tickets we were going to lose on tickets, so I'm almost out of ammo. I used the computer gun sight, and I get a crit from this range, which was really nice. Then I don't notice I'm low on ammo, and I'm taking some low percentage shots, and now I'm at the good shot, but I'm out of ammo. So at this point I know this guy has better flight performance than me, and I know if he gets behind me and kills me, it's going to be hard for my teammate to win. So all I need to do is just stay on his 6 and not lose him, and maybe get a missile shot on him. So I turn my burner off so I can stay behind him. I'm just continuously locking him and trying to get the kill. My teammate shows up, so I'm just going to try and keep him slow for my teammate to come and get the kill. So just try and keep turning with him, yet he's going to have the better flight performance. So I just did my best. Fire another AIM-9G, and it completely misses because it just doesn't have the performance to pull into that. So now I'm out of IR missiles, and I only have the radar missiles, which will work from the cold aspect, but aren't phenomenal. So I shoot one cold aspect, and he's too low, and it just misses because ground clutter. I shoot another one cold aspect while he's pulling up. It tracks and gets him, and that's the end of the game. So this is the one gun kill I'll show. The gun shoots like a shotgun and sprays bullets everywhere. I don't like it. But overall, this plane isn't bad. It's just really mid in this day and age. So if you want to buy it, but it's nothing crazy. Thanks for watching. Bye.